I am also working on my 2024 passion board, because one thing I have learned is that when you are intentional about what you want to happen, things actually happen. Every year I've taken the time to do my passion board. I've taken the time to come up with my theme for the year and really what I need to do. Put my goals down, and God has not disappointed. Everything that I've written down has come to pass, and I'm about to do the same thing to go into 2024 right. So if you need a little bit of help, a little bit of leading in how to do your own passion board, just hit me up. Message me, DM me on Instagram or on Facebook, and we will get going. I hope you have the same exciting 2024 that I know I'm going to have. I'll see you soon.
Two, one.
FemTalk Nation!
Hello. Can you guys hear me? Because I can't hear a thing. Technology is wonderful. Can you hear me? Okay, people are saying that they can hear me. So I'm going to keep going. And then I'm going to bring the ladies of FemTalk in and pop out and come back in, because I can't hear anything that's happening on FemTalk. But we'll see when I get the ladies in here. But everybody, this is FemTalk. It is another FemTalk Tuesday. Hello, FemTalk Nation. We are happy to see you. It is the top of 2024, and we are continuing the conversation about vision, because we want you to live to your fullest potential and your best and optimal health in 2024. So we have a special guest for you. But before I bring in the guests, we are bringing in the ladies of FemTalk. We have Dr. Melissa Simmons.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
And we also have Shima Shishi Talks.
Hey, FemTalkers.
And I'm going to go out and come back in.
Well,
right?
You all know how the technical difficulties can be. So as she goes out and comes back in, let's do what we do best.
Let's do what we do best. Woo, woo, woo. Hot topic.
What's hot today, Dr. Mimi? What's hot today?
What is hot today? You know what's hot today? The Emmy Awards. Woo, 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 woo. We did that last night. And I'm telling you, if you haven't seen the acceptance speech from Niecy Nash, you have missed your encouragement for the day.
Yes. Yes. Not only your encouragement, but shout out to your mama.
Yes, I love that. You know, I was brought to tears when she said, "Mama, we did it." I can't even imagine how exciting that is. You know, when you are able to do something that you've believed in, and your parents, they've watched that road that you've taken. Mm-hmm, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. From small to the struggles, and I love, one of the songs that came to mind when she was talking, when she was talking about not just the mama, but I'm going to thank myself.
Right.
Congratulate myself. She, there's a song called Encourage Yourself. If you're out there, you know that song.
And she said it.
Mm-hmm. Encourage Yourself is one of those things, that song. You ever heard the song? When she said, I have to encourage myself and tell myself, girl, you did it.
Yeah.
And so many of us need that on a daily basis. just
That's right.
reminding ourselves that we are doing it, that we are, it just brought tears to my eyes because with every word she said, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
Especially when she said, like every other Black and brown person that has been overlooked and over policed.
Over police.
And then she started naming all the women who've been, and the crazy part is, I'm not sure. I've seen her in the news, and maybe she's had some run-ins with the law, or maybe not. But whatever
that was the mini drama. That's what she won for. She won for the mini series that she played.
Right. But in her personal life, it could have been you overlooking me as a Black person. And then I shouldn't say, this is the way I took it. I shouldn't say anything because then that makes me the angry Black person that is going to be policed yet again.
Yet again. I mean, it was beautiful. You said, I don't think there was anything that was something that you put in the archives for the best speeches. She's up there with
Cheryl Lareese.
Yes, that was the Shirley from last year. Here she goes this year doing, another this Black woman just setting it on fire, and everybody was just like roaring when she started her speech. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I love that they took the humor of it and the seriousness of it together. Like when she said, I want to thank one more person, I'm gonna thank myself. When they showed the audience, those people lost it. They lost it so hard. I love that. No matter how you took it, you took it. You had to take it well, because she gave it to you like that.
She gave it to you well. It was beautiful. I was yet again encouraged by listening to them. I'm always looking for our people to win. So all I can say is
in the camera. Because I'm gonna do the emoji. I said, let me make sure I got both hands in the camera.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm there. She said Black and brown. Now she ain't leave nobody out.
No, she didn't. Right. So
that was, we all tired of being overlooked.
Yeah. You know what else I saw? I don't know if y'all saw this too. Taraji P. Henson was in the audience. And she was like, "Go ahead, girl. That's my girl." You like if you watched her, was reading her lips. She was doing that. But she was on The Talk recently, and The Talk was giving her flowers for The Color Purple. When she came out, she got a standing ovation that brought her to tears.
Yeah.
And the co-host said, "You have arrived. You have arrived." And to watch all of these Black women that are actresses that have worked their tails off for a quarter of what every other actress is getting, an actor, if that much. And just to watch them now, finally getting their due justice, that what they deserve. I just, again, it was just beautiful, just absolutely.
I think this is on the heels too of Taraji just more recently expressing, how hard it is for women, in particular Black women in the industry. So for her to receive that type of love from the audience, right, that standing ovation, when she's been talking so much about the fight and the struggle, and how long, we watched The Color Purple, and they give her accolades for that, but she's been in the business for so long and has so much work under her belt. So just to to hear her talk about the struggle and now to get her flowers, right? I know she didn't win an award, but just for her being more so recognized, right? It's even they're talking about it on social media a lot too.
Yeah.
But just love that she's now speaking about the struggle and just fighting for women, really.
Right. Yeah. And even in that, trying to stand up for herself opens her up to more critique and more criticism about, like I said, being the angry Black woman. And it's like if I don't say anything, it's damaging to me. If I do say anything, it's damaging to me. So
exactly,
it's like, which one should you do? Well, I'm not gonna sit and hold it, be the damage to myself. So I gotta put on what we gotta do, put on our big girl panties, and now you're gonna have to explain to me why I don't get it, because I am gonna verbalize this.
I know.
Yeah.
So listen, ladies, we are here to go through vision even more. And I love that we're talking about the Emmys and I love that you, Dr. Melissa, mentioned Taraji in all of this, right? Because I'm sure she had a vision for her life. Before, she's now receiving the accolades. I'm sure she had a vision, and I'm sure she saw herself coming to this point. So we're going to talk about vision again. We're talking about business and body, but we do know that it is all encompassing, right? That you need to have a vision for every aspect of your life. So we're going to bring in business coach Michael C. Clark. Welcome him to the stage, everybody. Woo-hoo.
Re-welcome. He is a returning guest.
Yes. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Good to see you all and be on the stage of Fem Talk again.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think you're a veteran now, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It's like a cross between like The View and Hollywood Squares. I love this. I love this whole setup.
I like it.
I like that.
Me too. And you just gave me an idea, business coach. You just gave me an idea. Thank you for that.
No problem.
But we're here to let's talk about vision. We're talking about vision for this year. And Dr. Melissa had gone through vision last week. We're talking more about it because we really want this to be a pivotal year for everyone. It is 2024. We want you to live out your best in 2024. So all the dreams, all the things that you saw for yourself, we want you to accomplish those things. So talk, Michael, about why it's important to have a vision.
Sure. Having a vision gives you a proper perspective, a goal, something to shoot for. It puts into existence that thing, right, that we want, that we desire, but we're able to see it. I know I saw a wonderful commercial with the passion board. I love that term, passion board, Dr. Melissa. And yes, having a vision is so important. And then not only having a vision for yourself, but one for your kids, your significant other, having a vision, because there's so many people that are looking up to us. So we really need to have a vision, having a vision for our clients, having a vision for our business, for our health is just so important. And it takes us out of the moment, right? Because in the moment, right, our health may not be what we want it to be. Our business may not be what we want it to be. But when we have that vision that says, you know what? All right, I may feel away, look away, be able to spend away, live away, have certain time to spend away. But that can all change with the proper vision.
Absolutely. And I would say count it, invest away, right? Like invest away.
Exactly.
Because that's what we're looking for you to do. Invest in yourself here, right? So we have joined forces, me and the bad business coach down there, below me here in Hollywood Squares, Talk Hollywood Squares. We have joined forces because we want you to be successful in your business and in your body. Take care of your health, take care of your business at the same time. So we're going to get into this right now. We're not going to delay this. And I just want to put on the screen just the comments from the beautiful people that are out there. Hello. Thank you for joining, to my beautiful mom. And thank you to Dr. Antoinette Marie Williams also for joining me. And we're going to get into this. So if you want to share.
Sure.
All
Sure. All right. Let's hope it's, there we go. Perfect. All right. So what we're going to go through is an amazing process. It's when we get into a new year, sometimes the only thing that's changed is the clock. Right? The ball has dropped and we're like, rah, 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 and we're dragging the tree out to the curb, but nothing else may have changed. And sometimes the things that we've held on to for the previous 12 months hold us back from going into the new year and having an amazing new year. So what we're going to do tonight is go through a process of letting go, releasing, and positioning ourselves to be able to take advantage of all that 2024 has to offer. Now, please, this is going to be one for the book. So the process that we're going through, you can go through this in June. You can go through this in October. What you're really doing is looking back at the last 12 months, and we'll take it in stages. Some will be body, health, and wellness. Other part will be business, but we're just looking back and making sure that we are taking stock, that we're taking account of all the good, all the not so good, all the opportunities. And if you don't have it already, This gives you time to get something to write with. You can
Mhm.
put this in your phone. You could get something to, again, something to write with, but you do want to keep it close. And you may not even get to finish it all here. You're going to hear some long pauses because we do want you to write and take time out.
Mhm.
I'd love to hear from my fellow panel in terms of the importance of letting go to be able to embrace all the new things that God has for you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I would love to jump in because, I can confidently say Mr. Michael Clark is also my pitch coach. And, and I love that you said whatever time of the year, whenever you pick this up, pick it up. And I think I picked it up with you April, May, around that time last year. And it wasn't so much that I didn't have a vision. I didn't know how to execute it. I had this great plan. I had this great process in place. I knew, in my heart of hearts, I knew if I could just get in front of people, the moment they hear what I have to offer for them, if it was consulting or whatever, they would take it. But I didn't know how to get in front of them. So I think to what you're saying, like what needs to be made over so that you can truly see success with the plan that you have. So, for those that may have a plan, if you really want to go to that next level, if you really don't know how to execute it, because I think that's where a lot of us gets caught up in is the execution of the plan. And I have to say, the moment I started my coaching process with you, it happened because we don't have all the information.
Right.
So it's opportunities like this that may open a door for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just say, like drink it in because I know that it's getting the things in line to really see what you want to see.
And I just want to expand on that because that's so key, right? When you think about, joining forces with someone, engaging a coach that's going to be able to help you get to the next level and not, being shy about that. You know what you know, right? You don't know what you don't know, and you need to get there. And if you know you have this vision and something is really burning inside of you and you want to achieve these things, but you don't quite know how to get there, engage someone who can help you achieve your goals. So that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this, because we're just passionate about seeing people really get to where they need to be in their business and in their health.
Yes.
absolutely. Because so often we try to get different results with the same tools.
Right.
Year after year, month after month, we think, well, it's based on what we know right now. Because think about it, based on what you know right now, rhetorical question, don't have to ask. Do you know enough to reach the dreams that you're aspiring for? Do you have the tools right now that you need to reach the goals that you have?
Yeah, that was rhetorical, right? But I'm shaking my head.
No, I see.
Do you ever know enough? You know what I mean? Like, do you ever know enough?
Exactly. I don't think you know enough. The dreams that I have, they're in so many different stages. The one I'm doing now, the ones I'm working now, I have it. And I remember last year I didn't have it, but I have it this year.
Yeah.
For, to execute the ones for this year, but the ones for next year, I don't have it yet. They're still in one of my dreams. So, to your point,
yeah.
I'm ready. I got my pen and my paper.
Yeah. And just to close that thought, what has to happen is, right, if you dream a goal that's big enough, that's so beyond you, that means that time, circumstance, and a lot of God things have to happen for it to come to pass. But we at least have to dream it. We at least have to put it out there, right? Make the commitment.
Yeah.
And it really starts with that commitment. That's what we'll be talking about tonight.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's get started.
Let's do it.
I don't think do I have any control? Oh, I do. Okay. All right, perfect. So I think we'll kind of breeze through introductions. Again, if you are watching this and you're like, who is this guy in the blue sweater? I'm a business coach and pitch coach. I work with entrepreneurs and founders on their pitch, executive presence, their presentations, and sales. I've worked with founders that have raised from $10,000 all the way up to $20 million after working with me. Some of my past and current clients include Home Depot, Google, JP Morgan Chase, MSNBC, Sony Music, several Wall Street law firms. I reside in chilly Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm married with 3 amazing superhero children.
Love it.
Superhero children. I love that.
All right. My name is Tracy Randolph, your co-host and founder of Fem Talk, but I am also a certified health coach and a life coach. I primarily work with beautiful women leaders, entrepreneurs, and executives who are looking to be able to manage their busy lifestyles and still take care of their health at the same time. I usually present on health and wellness and leadership, but my areas of focus are all those things that we deny ourselves sometimes: meal planning, fitness planning, nutrition guidance, healthy lifestyle maintenance, so that you can maintain the healthy lifestyle that you're looking to live while you're doing everything else that you need to do. I reside in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's a little chilly here too as well. But from New Jersey originally, so I'm glad I'm not home in the snow right now. I am also a mom of an amazing, and I'm going to copy you on this one, Coach, because I have a superhero son as well. And I'm a breast cancer thriver. We're just going to leave that word survivor out of it because I'm a thriver.
Awesome. And as we go through this presentation, the reason that we kind of did the Wonder Twin Powers and join forces is because so many of our clients have had to choose. They have amazing bank accounts and their business is going well, but their health is not where they want it to be. Or vice versa. They have, the body of a goddess, but their business is nowhere where they want it to be. So that's why we're together. That's why this matters so much, to be able to focus in on both. You don't have to choose. All right. So again, we're going to look back at 2023, and whether you're watching this now in January, whether you're watching this in October, as long as you're watching it and it's not 2025, but even then you can still look back at the last 12 months. And we're doing it not in a way, some housekeeping rules. There's no guilt. There's no judgment. We're just simply looking back. We're looking back to take a type of inventory. And we'll start with my area in business, and then I'll be handing it over to Tracy. So have your pens ready or be ready to type. We want to now look at what went right in 2024. First, I want you to jot down a couple of wins. And notice I didn't say big wins. I believe they're all big wins. So big or small, I'd love for you to jot down a couple of notable wins. Maybe it was a new client. Maybe it was a certain check amount that you received. You're like, oh my gosh. But as you look back, what was a win? And I'm going to go through each bullet point. We're just focusing in right now on the wins. So jot down a couple of wins. And feel free that even this is something you can continue even after the session tonight. But in the moment, then, and if you're sitting there, you're like, oh, I'm just going to do this later. I encourage you to do it now and do it. We do it as a community. All right. What did you start in 2023 that you are super proud of? What did you begin? What did you kick off? I don't care what the result was. You started. You got something going in 2023. What did you begin? What did you start? It could be any point during the year. Next, I want you to look back. What were some of the connections that you made? People that you met, you were introduced to, you bumped into them at the grocery store. They sent you an email out of nowhere. Maybe it was a rekindle relationship. What were some of the connections? You went to a networking event. You were introduced to somebody. Maybe someone reached out to you on social media. What were some of the connections? You're like, oh yeah, I did meet them in the last 12 months. All right, next, financial gains. What were some notable financial gains that you could say, yes, this went right? I don't care whether you have some of it left or not. Was it a financial gain? Maybe you received your largest client, your largest check. You had your biggest month, biggest week. Maybe it was the biggest year for you financially. Maybe you got a bonus, a big tip, some raise on your job. Let's note some financial gains. And then what I feel is sometimes most important of all, what brought you happiness about your business? What brought you happiness last year about your business? Maybe it was working with clients, a promotion, working with your team at your job, something that brought you just, oh my goodness, that really brought me happiness when you look back at it. Okay, I'm getting ready to go to the next slide. So again, feel free to come back to this. We want to look back and we want to see what went right in terms of our wins, our starts, connections, financial gains, and happiness. All right. And remember, I started this out by saying there's no guilt here, but we also want to look back and say, what didn't go well in 2023? First, where did we fall short? Where did we fall short? We just feel like we didn't nail it on this thing. This didn't go well. Something where we may have just fallen short. Might have let ourselves down, let a client down, project didn't go well, something that just fell short. And again, we're not doing it to look back and feel guilty, but we're doing it to simply just take inventory because it's going to shape how we go into 2024 in the next 12 months. What didn't we finish? What didn't we finish? Is there something we didn't finish? We started, and so often we start with this energy and this zeal, but we didn't finish. And a quick thing, I'll give you a quick tip on when you start. I want you in 2024, I encourage you to only start projects that you have support on, that you know you can see through to the end, and that aren't just simply based on emotion. Because so often it's like we're ready to start, but we fall short, don't finish. All right. Any lost connections, people that we stopped communicating with, that we know we need to reach out to? Any lost connections? Any people that maybe, and maybe for some of us, maybe the lost connections was on our positive list too, because some people maybe we had to break away from. But these are lost connections that we may need to restore in the next 12 months. So any lost connections? And that could be business or family, but right now we're looking at business. And finally, in terms of what didn't go well, any financial losses. Projects that maybe ended early. Those that may be watching, maybe you lost your job. And Tracy and I were talking about that. I will tell you that whenever I hear someone lost their job, I say congratulations. Because 99% of the time you look back in a couple of years and you say, you know what? I was actually blessed into a new position. So again, if there were any financial losses. All right.
All right.
Let's look back with the body.
Yeah. So before we get into body, we're right at that mark where we can take a quick commercial break. And then I want everybody, while the commercial's going, continue to fill out your business wins and your business challenges, right? That Michael just went through for 2023. And then we're going to get into body. So let's take that commercial break and then we're going to come back and talk about your body and your vision for your body. And All right, and we are back. We are back. Going to bring Michael back in. Here we go. Here we go. And you can share, but we're going to get into this for your body.
Also, I want to check in. How does that feel so far? How is that feeling so far from my other squares?
Good. I was able to kind of really be thoughtful about last year. So I was able to kind of respond to each question.
Good. All right, Tracy.
You look like you're on mute, Shima. She's trying to respond as
Oh,
well.
yeah. I was just saying you want to keep, I reiterate when I hear you say not from a standpoint of guilt, because that's the easiest and most common way that we reflect, so I just have to, I'm just for myself as well, but to say that for people out there, while you're writing, sometimes those guilt thoughts will pop up. So you got to really address it.
Absolutely. To the point where sometimes most people don't look back.
Right.
Because they feel like the process in and of itself is like, oh, you're rehashing the past. No.
Exactly.
We're taking an inventory, figuring out, okay, what didn't go right so we can make the adjustment.
Yeah.
We can live a life by design.
Right.
Absolutely. And you want to be able to release what you need to release, right? And hold on to whatever you need to take with you for the next year. So like Shima said, it's not guilt and no judgment, right? Give yourself grace in this process.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right. So you're going to see that body looks very much like business, right? Because we want to do the same type of assessment. And I know health, usually it's difficult for people to really assess their health. They're usually more thinking about other areas of their life. But we want to do the same thing when it comes to your health and wellness. What went right for you in 2023? Maybe you started meal planning. Maybe you started walking. What was that? What were your wins? Maybe you lost a little weight. Maybe you stopped taking a medication that you used to take that you no longer need. What were those wins in 2023? Assess those, write them down. And then again, like you saw with business, what did you start in 2023 that has been going well for you? And you can combine 2 and 3, really. I talk about starting and maintenance. What did you maintain? Now, sometimes you may have started it in the prior year, or maybe you started it before. But what did you maintain in 2023 that you want to continue to do because it's been going well? Maybe you put yourself on a schedule and you're incorporating, prayer and meditation for your mindset. What is that? And wrap that all up. What were your wellness gains for 2023? And I gave you some examples there, but what can you think of that has been a gain for you in 2023? So we want to be able to assess it all. And like we said before, no guilt, no judgment. Just think about those. And I know when you look at this too, like when, start, and maintenance, they may have some of the same answers, right? But it's okay. Just assess where you were in 2023 and what went well for you. And then the last one, I always like to do the last one, just like Michael mentioned in business, what made you happy? When it comes to your health and wellness, I always like to tell people to celebrate yourself. Celebrate those wins. Celebrate all the things that went well. And here I'm going to also say, celebrate the lessons also. I'm adding that to that. And the lessons sometimes are things that go right too for you, right? Because you needed to learn from it in order to move forward. So continue to write things down. Continue to just take an assessment of where you were in 2023 and what went right for you. And as we mentioned before, like you can see so many similarities here, but as we mentioned, we don't want you to work on yourself in silo, right? Each area of your life should be considered in order for you to fulfill the vision for your health, for your business. So just continue to write down what went well. All right. And then here we go. What did not go so well? And again, we're going to keep saying this, but no judgment. Just assess it so you can release it. What fell short for you in 2023 for your health and wellness that you want to consider as you are looking to move forward in 2024? So what fell short? And it could be some of the very things that I mentioned before. You may have some wins in some areas. Maybe, you had a fitness plan that you didn't continue. Maybe you didn't eat as well as you wanted to. You didn't get in the meals that you wanted to. Maybe you didn't plan for those meals like you wanted to. What fell short for you? Maybe you didn't take time just to breathe. What was that? And then I want you to consider the next bullet point is, what didn't you finish? Just like in business, what did you start in 2023 that you didn't continue for your health and wellness? Maybe you started what I mentioned and what fell short, right? With the fitness planning, but you didn't continue to go to the gym, or you didn't continue to work out from home. What didn't you finish? And here I'm going to say, be honest with yourself too, right? This is just for you. So be honest with yourself as you're looking back, and give yourself some grace and just write it all down. And then for the third bullet point, what did you lose that you had started to maintain in prior years and now lost it in 2023? Maybe 2022 you did well on something, and 2023 you lost it. What was that? And something that you want to incorporate back into your life. What was that? All right, and then let's assess those wellness losses overall. And take note of those, because we're ready to propel you into 2024. So assess them without judgment. And I think we can move on from here.
Now it is time to cast that vision for 2024. But before we do that, I saw some comments up there that popped up.
Yeah. My win was I stopped smoking, so I wanted to share that. Woohoo! Awesome. And that's my mom, right. So I'm cheering real hard. Cheering real hard for that.
That's wonderful.
But that's a great one. Yeah.
Go Peg.
Awesome. So now, as we cast our vision for 2024, a very somewhat similar process. We want to now figure out some areas of things we're going to release and some things. How is 2024 going to be different? Now, notice we didn't go through the process of creating SMART goals. Yes, you will have to create a quarterly action plan. And that's where coaches like myself and Tracy and Dr. Michelle come into play. Melissa. Ain't nothing like calling you Michelle. Melissa. My name is Michael. Okay, perfect. All right. So Dr. Melissa, you know what it is? It's the doctor thing. It was making me so nervous. That's all. All right. So, but that's where having someone to guide you comes into play. So let's get that vision started. So with business, what is your vision for 2024? Are there some things that you're going to now be releasing? What are you releasing in 2024? Releasing a new product. You're launching something. What are you kicking off? What have you been holding back that is going to be launched and released in 2024?
And now I'm going to stop you here for one moment because I heard the groan. So just want to get the comment on that. What was behind that as you were listening to Michael talk?
I don't know. The launch. the word launch just was like, ooh.
That word scared you just by itself, huh?
If you say that, that's what you're gonna do.
That's right. That's right.
If you use that actual verbiage, because that's not, oh, I'm gonna look at it. It's, oh, I might do that. That's long.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of things. I have clients that we work on something together, and I'll say, "Oh, when did you start this? When I know we're launching it this year," and come to find out, it's been a decade in the making, 5 years in the making, sometimes several decades in the making. So we all have that thing that we've always wanted to do, and maybe we've kind of started and stopped or gotten really close, but it's time to release it in 2024. So what are you releasing? Next, what are you incorporating? When asked the question, sometimes it's like, what could you do? What do you know you need to be doing that could propel your success? And maybe it's waking up earlier. Maybe it's meditation and prayer in the mornings. Maybe it's creating a real to-do list. Maybe it's living your life by design and not by things that are urgent. You need to incorporate some things in our life that are not there now. So what are you incorporating? And this works hand in hand with wellness, right? Maybe incorporating fitness, incorporating diet. And that's why these two go so well together. But in business, maybe incorporating marketing, incorporating going live, incorporating pitching, incorporating networking.
Yeah. You know, you mentioned something too, like that urgency. What are you doing out of urgency? And I want people to think about assessing what's really urgent versus what's not, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because there will always be something urgent, but are you taking care of the important things?
Yeah.
The things that if you were to take care of them, they would mean, there's this analogy sometimes, we have $1 activities, we have $100 activities, but sometimes there's activities that we can do that can be those $1 million activities.
Yeah.
And they don't take more time than the $1 ones.
Right.
Right.
All right. What are we keeping? There's some things that you do well, and there's some things that are in your life right now that you have from last year that you absolutely need to keep. So notice we didn't clean house with those two, with the list that we made previously. You're not a wreck. You're not a mess. There's some things that we need to release, incorporate. There's some things that went right, but then there are going to be some things that we absolutely keep and we refine going into 2024. And last, what are our expectations for 2024? What are we expecting to happen? Not wishing. Nope. I have an expectation. I want you to finish that sentence. What do you have an expectation of occurring this year in 2024 for your business, for your life? Awesome. All right, I'm going to pass the baton over to Tracy.
All right. And as we mentioned earlier, this looks exactly the same, right? We should be assessing every area of our life in the same manner and planning for it and having a vision for it. And your health is no different. So what are you now releasing in 2024 that did not serve your body, your mind, your spirit well? What do you need to release? Maybe it's like Michael mentioned earlier, when you have those connections, there's some that you need to keep, there's some that you need to release. What are you letting go of in 2024? Maybe it's a certain habit that doesn't serve your body well. I'll give you mine. I have released already meat. What is
I received the meat that you're releasing.
Me too, Michael.
You can send it right to my house. Just send it. Just ship it. Just
You may have to fight with my son first, but but I have released the meat. So what is that for you? What is that for you? What are you letting go of? And I would say to just really think about what's serving you well and what's not serving you well in your health. Pay attention to your body. What do you need to release?
I think I could share in that one too,
Good.
because I guess the mindset, or maybe that might be incorporating since we're going into the next one, but it's the mindset that we live to eat as opposed to eating to live.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I guess the sabotage is, well, I like it, I want it, or I'm gonna eat it because I can. So I'm releasing that, and I'm incorporating the whole. That's my purpose, is not to eat all day or all of the things that my mouth says it wants.
And I love that you said that, right? Because it's a reframe. So you're releasing and incorporating all at the same time, right? Because
Exactly.
you're reframing the mindset to be able to change the habits.
Absolutely.
So I love that you said that.
Tracy, real quick, how about this one that keeps many of us back? I deserve this.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
I deserve this dessert, and I deserve this, and I deserve a good. I mean, we all deserve good meals,
Yeah.
but I mean, we all deserve that extra, and
Yeah.
But we also tie that into monetary things and hard work, because I work hard and I made this money and I can afford it, so I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And part of the assessment is, knowing when you're overindulging, right? Because we all deserve to celebrate ourselves, and we all deserve to have a little something of what we like, be it the monetary thing or the dessert, right? But you have to recognize when you have the mindset to say, I'm going to enjoy this one thing because I deserve it and I'm celebrating myself, versus I'm taking this all in. I deserve this, and I'm going to eat this because I want it, and I'm going to continue because, like you said, Shima, my mouth says that it wants it, right? My cravings, right? There's different ways to be able to enjoy it, but it's the mindset, the change, the shift that you talked about, and being able to release and incorporate, and knowing when you're overindulging and when you're not.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I did a few years ago was that piece that she would talk about, that celebration. I think we have, when we want to celebrate something in our lives, or we want to be celebrated. And that used to get me caught up because, you celebrate, either go out a good meal, or you go to, you, like you say, you buy yourself something. But one thing I started to do was celebrating other people on the days that I wanted to be celebrated. Because I always found that I got, I was disappointed in how I was being celebrated. And it clicked to me to take the focus off of me and the celebration of me, but take that same excitement and celebrate someone else on those days. And I think, we have to reframe what celebration means, and I know for a fact, Shima, you love giving gifts. You love making other people happy. So on those times that you want to celebrate something, you do something that you know is going to give you some real joy, and celebrate someone else. So I think it's not that we can't celebrate. I think it's that we have to reframe what celebration means, and that it doesn't always mean getting something or eating something, but it means, like one of the things I do on my birthday now is I do something I've never done. It's a bucket list day. So it was a day for another adventure, as opposed to doing all those other things. You know what I'm saying? So reframe that celebration.
I want to mention this really quickly, because then I know we only have like 5 minutes to go, and we want to share something else before we get out of here. But I want to mention this really quickly, based on what Dr. Melissa said. I love that you said doing something that gives you real joy. Being able to, though, assess that, the mindset of, I'm not getting what I want, so I'm going to do this, versus this other thing gives me real joy, so I'm going to do this, and this is how I celebrate. And being able to know the difference, right? Because you can take yourself down a rabbit hole of, I'm not getting what I want, right? That mindset you got to think about. So I just wanted to say that really quickly, because you need to assess where it's coming from. But I want us to share, what we have to share for you before we go, because we've got like 4 minutes here. So we want to be able to share so that you can, kind of join our community here to be able to build your vision for 2024.
Absolutely. Do you want me to jump to the end?
What do you feel is best? I think you should go through.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. So just quickly, what we put together is a way you can actually work with us both. And this is our new year offer that's still available. Essentially, it's a 12-month business and sales makeover. So you get business and sales coaching with personalized sales strategies, pitch coaching, work with you on your discovery sessions, consultations, so you can sell what you do. And this works for you, whether you are an executive or entrepreneur, startup founder, or everything in between. You're going to need to know how to close, how to handle objections, create lead magnets. It's going to increase your confidence, your revenue, your sales process, and be able to identify your perfect customer. And for many of you, if you can't do this now, you're saying, oh my gosh, I need this. Then on the health side, right, Tracy?
Yeah, you will get the tools that you need to be able to maintain a healthy lifestyle, which includes a personalized grocery list, daily affirmations for you, meal planning, workout and fitness planning. Again, I mentioned those health tips, some key terms for you to understand how to take care of yourself. We have like recommended produce lists, but you'll be able to plan out your health and plan out your health in a way that's going to allow you to manage your health along with doing everything else that you need to do. Because I know that's usually something that we usually put aside, but it will help you so that you can improve your weight loss, increase productivity. You're going to be able to elevate your energy and heighten your mental clarity as well, and build that body confidence. You're going to look good and feel good while you are managing your business and your life.
Absolutely. So it's 12 months of coaching, weekly accountability, activities, challenges. We're doing hot seats. So when you come there, you're able to get live in the moment coaching, Q&A, all within a private community. And again, this is for executives, entrepreneurs, wives, single, you name it. We started in February. And you may be saying, like, who do you choose? Which one do you work with? Do I work with Tracy on this? Do I work with me? The benefit here is you get actually both of us for 12 months in one program, all the activities, hot seats, private community. The QR code is on the screen. And individually, we could have easily charged about $7,500 for the program, like or more, but we brought it together and we wanted to make it a no-brainer for those that are watching this and seeing this while the opportunity is here. So we're excited to offer this again, so you don't have to choose. That over the next year that you have someone that can walk with you on your wellness journey and on your journey with your business and move forward.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
Right.
I love it. And what I will say this is that, last year was a stretch for me to invest. As a matter of fact, I wish that was the amount I had to invest. It was like, but
well, that's all in a group. That's group. You had me one-on-one.
You got the one-on-one. And when you know you need, I want to say this, when you know you need what you need,
Right.
And even though it looked like an insurmountable amount for where I was financially at the time, but I knew I wanted to get to a certain level financially in the year that would far exceed that amount. Right. So I did whatever I needed to do to make it happen, and I don't even question it no more.
And did you reach those goals and pass them? Did you reach the
goals? I reached the goal. I far exceeded the money I wanted to make. I made it and made more. And the amount that I invested, I what had they call threefold? It came back 3-4-fold. It just came back. Yeah. So for those that may be hesitating, don't hesitate. You are worth the investment.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we have a varied audience. You know, some people make it, some people don't. But this is what I'm gonna give you an easy perspective because we got to close out the show. That amount, $3,500, is what you would normally pay for a week's vacation out of this country.
Absolutely.
So if you do that to have enjoyment, you can do that to have enjoyment, growth, prosperity, and wellness.
Yeah. And that sums it up right there.
That's
we
right.
love you, everybody. We got to close out the show. Come back next week. We're going to have the declutter coach on here next week. So we are really preparing you for 2024. Come back and we'll see you next Tuesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Absolutely.
Take care, everybody. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, guys.